Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's first episode of RNG Network. I am your host, Trailblazer, coming into you live with, not live, Goose. Say hi to
Yes.
everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Fluffy,
What's up?
Frontal,
Hello.
Sin,
Hi.
and for those of you OG fans that look at episode 0, we did not have Silent with us, but we have him here today, so we're going to go ahead and let Silent introduce himself. Silent, how do you know everybody?
Yo. I know everyone by first meeting Trail in a Discord server. We met playing Rocket League back in our Diamond 1 days, and then I met Goose through Trailblazer. And then after that, I met everyone else, Sin, Frontal, and Fluff the Coon, through Goose because he is our Goose Glue.
Goose is the glue
Our goose
that
glue.
keeps this terrible pile of stuff together somehow. It just keeps rolling and getting bigger. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's a
today
skill
we
and a
talk
curse.
about. We got a few things that we were thinking about talking about today. Goose, I know there was something that you were kind of wanting to get into potentially.
Just kind of figuring out how everyone goes about their daily life through jobs and what everyone does. Trying to get an idea of what everybody does.
I'm homeless. You
sounds-
know, I got a pigeon running the computer. I got people walking by.
How do you train your pigeon?
Gameplay, to be fair.
He just runs on a little hamster wheel. You don't hear him
A
cooing
pigeon
every
that
here
runs
and
on a
there?
hamster. A pigeon on a hamster wheel.
It may or may not
how they
have
do it
had
in
its
Canada.
wings clipped in a horrible accident.
Why don't you just call it a pigeon wheel, bro?
I don't know. At the pet
feel like
store, it
it's
said
a-
hamster.
That's fair. That's fair.
How long do I
That's
have to
Canada.
have the host voice going on here?
You don't have
You
to
don't
have.
have to have a host voice.
You
Just
don't
use
have
your
to.
voice.
Good evening, guys, and welcome.
Welcome to the 6 o'clock news. I'm
Hello,
Trail.
Dun-dun-dun.
So who wants to go
I'm gonna
first? Who
try.
wants to do daily life job crap?
Does nobody want to talk about how we're doing? Like what's going on, like recent news or anything, or does nobody care?
I mean, yeah, I guess there's a couple semi big things going on. You know,
Oh, tell me. Us.
you know,
Tell
like
us.
I decorated a tree.
Same.
Oh, nice.
That's probably the biggest news going on in this group of people that I know about.
Yeah.
You're not going to talk
my-
about the house you just moved into and all the organization and stuff?
Yeah, that's where the tree is. The tree's at the new house I just moved into.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, no, just moved into a new house a couple weeks ago, a few weeks ago. First holidays here, been getting a lot of work done. The house was built in '65, so
like
quite an
1965.
oldie.
House.
Yes, not 1865. It was built in 1965, and somehow we are the second owners of the house. The guy that we got it from was the original owner from when it was actually built, and he
Damn.
was a dentist, and he actually died in this house last April.
Wow.
So your
I
house
am
might
not
be
joking.
haunted, so we might have a special haunted podcast episode.
Potentially,
fun.
that is possible. We could, do some Zach Bagan style. I could sit and try to intimidate a ghost. But did you guys ever watch Ghost Adventures?
I
Yes.
did.
My high school girlfriend was obsessed with that show.
I think one of my funniest moments in that show was they one of the people that they thought was a ghost was some dude that they tried to say beat up kids. And the Zach Bagans dude put himself in a room and by himself, and he was like, "Hey, so I hear you picking on kids. How about you pick on someone your own size?" I'm like, this dude's talking to a terrestrial being. And he's telling it to pick on someone his own size. Like, it's a ghost, dude.
Yeah. Well,
All right. But tangent aside, yeah, dude died here in
Do
April.
ghosts have a size?
See, that was the thing. I'm a tangent too hard.
Do we go off weight, or do we go off dimension? Or it's
probably dimension. I
How
would
does
assume.
nothing weigh anything?
That's
What if it's
another
not
good point.
nothing?
protoplasm.
literally
I've seen
getting a-
Ghostbusters.
I've
Getting
seen
a little
Ghostbusters.
I'd
I've
say,
played
haven't we all
Phasmophobia.
played? I would say, haven't we all played Phasmo?
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
Lord.
wait, this could lead into something. Who believes in ghosts? Who doesn't?
I absolutely do.
I do.
I've seen a lot of very pale geeks.
Jeez. No, I do for
Damn.
sure.
That hit a little
I
too
do
close
for
to
sure.
home. Nope. It's kind of funny. You said your house was built in 65. My house was built in 32.
Jesus.
It's
Why-
old.
why is
It's
that- why-
almost
why is that-
100 years old.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jesus.
I'm English. That's-
Yeah.
Everything
Brental's
over
house
there
is like
is like
800 years
centuries.
old.
I call the collective comment is just that everything over there is old as fuck.
It's like
It
I
is,
still
though.
have the wall cavings on the side of my house, from when the Neanderthals live here.
What? Sorry.
What?
Apparently, it's Neanderthals.
Neanderthals.
Well, yeah, they were tall.
I thought he said dolls. Oh.
Fuck dolls. I'm out.
I just kidding.
That is a subject for a whole different episode, sir.
Yes, it
true.
is.
True.
Cheers.
So what?
But yeah, big
what
thing for me is new house. Goose. I know you got
What?
some stuff going on. I said big thing for me going on is the house. I know Goose. you
Oh,
got
yeah.
Some big
So
stuff coming up.
I'm actually moving to Europe in 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks and 3 days.
Man's down to the date.
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah.
It's exciting, dude. It's very exciting.
It's huge, stressful as shit, but I'm
Get-
actually
get
really
your own
excited about
damn continent.
it. No, I'm not even on yours. Shut up. I'm still on my own. Nobody else lives there.
It's a part of
Yeah.
Europe, Goose. It's the
yeah,
continent.
The same continent.
You said continent,
It
not
is,
country.
but he's separated. UK is not directly connected.
There's a tunnel connecting it.
What do
It's
you
connected.
It's not though.
It
It's
is.
same continent, bro.
No. Mm.
There's literally
Wait,
a
alright.
tunnel that connects you guys.
It's also
Secret tunnel.
a continent is it's not a secret either. It's
I mean, it was secret for me. I didn't know about it.
Oh, we have
That's
like
just-
a big,
that-
we have like a
that's-
big train. Tunnel
you're just
under the
uneducated.
sea to France.
I mean, hey, we're not going to talk about that, Fluffy. All right.
Okay.
Oh, it's only connected to Europe through the under channel. That's why I didn't realize there was a tunnel there. So shut your mouth.
We're also
See,
close
I
enough to
wasn't the
France that
only
people
one.
swim over to France. You know, we're not like miles off or anything.
Was
Like,
Brexit that
swim
bad
from
that
England.
people started swimming over to France?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't even need to wait for his answer.
All right, so you're moving over there. Obviously, huge thing. What kind of? Obviously, I wouldn't say you got like super detailed plans or ideas, but I'm guessing you got base things you plan on doing once you're over there.
Yeah, living my life, bro.
Hell yeah.
So my girlfriend's over there now, and when I get there, it's gonna be a little while before I can get a job, but hopefully I can find some remote work to do, and that'll give me a lot of time to get this focused on and hopefully get something off the ground. But
Masturbate
it'll give me
a
some
lot.
time to do some. Oh, I won't need to do that. But yeah, I can focus a little bit on some me stuff, and then it's gonna suck because I have a nice house where I'm at now, but I won't have family. I won't have my dog. There's a lot of stuff that I won't be able to take with me, such as my computer. A lot of power differences between here and Europe, but it's all
Weird
stuff that we can
plugs.
get rebuilt. Weird.
Yeah. Weird
Lots of
plugs.
power differences.
Yeah, everything here is on 110. Everything
Yeah.
over in Europe is
Yeah, but you
220.
just get adapters.
I mean, well, yes, but I'm not gonna have an entire house full of adapters that interchanged every time I want to plug something in.
Oh yeah, but you're not going to take that many things that require plugs. Surely you traveling.
You would be
into-
surprised. You would be surprised. So
Yeah.
Ew.
Bad place. My head went to a bad place. Bad place.
No, not like that. Not like that. All those are USB charged.
Oh, nice.
Just kidding. But no, like
So they're not used
Because- no. Okay, so for
No, that kind of
context-
plug doesn't require USB.
Does it? Does it if it has like light ups LEDs and stuff? No?
Oh my god.
I'm not that much of a gamer, bro.
Moving on.
But no.
Continue.
Quick elaboration. So I'm a streamer. I do a lot of variety stuff. I do a lot of like retro console gaming. All my consoles have the regular 110 volt plugs that most of the USA uses. I can't plug all those in. I mean, I can because adapters, but I'd rather not have to go and deal with all that stress. So, I mean, emulating is an idea. Not that I've ever done it because I haven't. I've had people who have emulated like on stuff for me, but I've never done it myself. But I'd rather not have to bring all that extra hassle. Plus, I only have one suitcase, and I'm not going to try to fit half of my house in a suitcase. So I'm just going to bring the essential stuff that I want to use. I'll bring all my like PC gadgets and stuff with me that are mostly USB, maybe like my camera charger and whatnot for my good streaming cam, and my microphone board thing that allows me to do all the fun stuff. And that's probably it for a PC.
By fun stuff, he does mean blowing out our earphones every time he tries to use it because they're not sound like the audio in them just goes.
No. That's all. That's through my Stream Deck, and I've already detached all that because you guys kept crying about it.
My
I didn't
ears.
cry about it.
No,
I
Fronto
didn't
did every
either. I
time.
wasn't here.
No, we've. I'm not going to get into it now. It's fine. Either way, yeah, a big move.
Well, I
Nothing
mean,
fancy.
you say like you don't have a lot over there, but I mean, a lot of people, and I mean, I would say a good way to look at it would be you got a good place, you got a good start to build off of. I
Oh
would
yeah,
say.
absolutely. Yep. And where I'm going, I'm going to be very sturdy, very safe for where I'm going, and it'll allow me some time to just kind of focus on myself, the things I'm studying, and try to find a career in a place where everything's available. So I'm pretty
Nice.
I mean,
stoked.
I used to regularly move house, and I used to love moving house because like you can suddenly just chuck a lot of shit out that you've like. I have
Oh,
not
yeah.
touched that since I've been in this house.
Yes.
Off,
And
out it goes.
I've thrown away so much stuff already. It feels nice.
Mm-hmm.
I hate feeling like a hoarder.
I was actually talking to the
But-
girlfriend about that recently. I'm like, I have so much clothes that I don't wear. I need to donate this shit because holy crap. Like,
Yeah.
I literally, like, I'm very simple. You know, for work, it's high vis. So on the weekends, I like being comfortable. And it's like a nice, comfy pair of jeans and a black t shirt and a hoodie. And that's it. So I gotta go through clothes.
Very nice.
Well, then do it.
Yeah.
Speaking
But,
of work,
anybody
you
else?
guys wanted to talk about work, didn't you?
Yeah.
Work, big events, pretty much. Sin, if you want to go next, go for it, man.
I mean, y'all
what do
know
you
what
do for
I
work?
do. I drive a big old transport and move equipment. Get up at ridiculous o'clock in the morning and come home 10 to 13 hours later tired and then hang out with you guys.
Sin is
We
literally
hang
like
out.
a 7-year-old boy who just like increased the size of his toys as he got older.
You know it. You know it.
That's
For
a way to
everybody that
live,
doesn't
though.
know, he's a truck driver.
That's what I said.
You didn't say truck
Well,
driver.
you said transport, so that could be vehicles, that could be stuff like that.
Bodies.
Okay, fair enough. Up
All right,
here,
Fluffy.
when we say
Sorry.
transport, it's a transport truck.
Ah, cultural differences. A nice topic
Yes,
for
very
another
much so.
episode.
I
Exactly.
drive a tractor without the trailer, and I haul stuff for the mining companies.
There you go.
Yeah, that's literally 90% of the job is moving equipment for rental companies or mining companies all over northern Ontario, and it's not too bad. It's starting to
Oh.
snow, so the roads are getting a little slippery.
Did you say Northern Ontario?
Yeah.
What kind of equipment do you move?
Smaller stuff. So like the weight limit on my truck is 22,000 pounds.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of like man lifts, a lot of telehandlers, forklifts, some I can do like little scoops for underground
Mm.
mining.
Have you ever moved water pumps?
Yes. Water pumps,
Have
air
you ever
compressors.
moved red ones?
Like is that the
Red.
company or
Oh, I love this game. Have you ever moved any yellow ones?
No. So
I like the blue ones.
the company that I work at, we make dewatering pumps, and we have a distributor that's in Ontario area,
Eh,
Ottawa.
Oh, I see.
Aquatech Dewatering is like the big dewater company that we
oh
had is our
yeah,
distributor up
I've
there.
moved stuff for Aquatech.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Have you ever had any red pumps on your truck that are Mercino and or Global Pump?
Maybe can't tell you off the top of my head though.
That is hilarious. Our jobs have most likely actually crossed paths.
Nice.
Small world.
Small world.
Connections.
Like, everyone else listening to this not having a clue what they're talking about. Same. Okay.
Same.
Same.
I heard pumps, and yeah, that's about it.
So what do you do, Trail?
So I've been at this water pump company, as I kind of just said, for 5 years. Actually, literally tomorrow is my 5 year mark there. Um,
Congratulations!
His job is painting them all red.
yay, 5 years there. So I think Goose and Silent have probably heard this quick rundown, but I'll just try to glaze over it. Yummy. But no, I started there in assembly where we just like put the pump, like the whole unit together, like the engine on the skid frame, and then the pump, and then attach them, and all like the fuel lines and stuff that put them together. And then after I was in there for roughly 6 to 7 months, I got moved to the shop where we actually put the pump together, like the pieces of it, like the actual pump, like the impeller, the shaft, put them in, put the bearings on, and everything, and test it. And then after I was in that shop for about 4 months, I got moved to parts sales for them, and then I was in their parts sales department. Yes,
You were a little salesman?
yes,
Or not
yes,
anymore?
I was.
Oh, okay.
Tie.
I'll bet
Wear a tie.
You're good. Uh, but no, I was in their parts sales department for a bit over a year, probably close to 2 years. But then in that time frame, I was the sole person in the parts sales department. So technically, I ran the parts sales, even though I was the only person.
Big flex.
y- uh, I guess. And then
I don't run the pot sales department. I am the pot sales department.
and then I absorbed like their shipping department because they needed someone to be over the person who was there.
Are you saying you ate someone?
Yes,
Sick.
Nice.
literally.
Nice.
And then ended up moving into also absorbing their inventory department and then helping out with the inventory stuff. Then after I was managing those for some time, then moved on to the service side of the company because the company does. I always forget the phrase. It's like a full. It's not full stack because that's like code development lingo, but the company does everything from like we actually get the moldings, like the metal melted. Wow, I am at a loss of words. Whatever. We make the pumps from like them actually being molded to them putting together and then them actually being put out and rented by companies like the place that I
So
said
you
was
so you
in earlier.
manufacture it.
Yeah, we manufacture and service and rent and re-rent everything from bottom up. But after I was in the service department managing that for a while, I got moved into. We have control boxes on the unit that have basically it's a telemetry device. So they essentially it's a device that has like a SIM card, like your phone does.
Cell phone? Yeah.
Yeah, and we get information from it. It reports information into our database, and then the people I have now, we troubleshoot and work with that device in the control box. And I also got two web developers that make the site where we display all the information and we can like control them remotely with our website. We can literally it's like I've been trying to I keep saying I'm getting into the tech world and then Goose reminds me that I'm just trying to learn the tech world. but I got to the point to where like we like I can take my phone and like each device has its own phone number and we can like text it a command or text it like a hey what are you doing or like a hey what's your status and your signals. And so I've been trying to really get more into the tech side of the world. I'm more interested into technology things, so trying to get more into that.
Technology is the way of the future, man.
Technology is the future, man, whether people like it or not. It's what's happening.
Yep.
So yeah, that was a
That
really
sounds pretty
long,
intense, though.
brief overview of what I've been doing for the last 5 years of my life.
But it seems like you're not stuck in the same position you were 5 years ago. Like, would you say like it was out of necessity that you had to move around, or was it like, oh, I want to do different things, so you moved around?
That's a very good question, and I'm pretty sure that not a lot of people that work there are going to hear this. So I'm just going to be outright. There was lots of vacuums of space that needed to be filled, and I was just like, I'll do it. And
Nice.
so the retention rate around there, it averages anywhere from like 1 to 5 years, and then once people hit the 5 year mark, there's usually a big jump between people around like averaging 5 years up to like 15 to 20. So there was a lot of space that was needed, but then that was also because the company it started like a little over 35 years ago. Literally, what city were they in? Goose, you would know. They were up north. They started out of these people's garage where they just like re-rented stuff, and and since then, no, it's okay. I wasn't expecting you to know the city. Sorry, I was trying to think where it was. It's somewhere up north though. But like now, since then, we got like several branches in Michigan. We got branches all over, mainly like the middle to northeast and north south. Now they're starting to branch out into the west side of the country. We got a company up in Alberta that we're like 49% owners in. I've been to a few times. We got distributors and people that buy from us all over the world. It's pretty big. It's pretty good company. And then just at the beginning of this year, it was actually acquired by a investment firm. And so
There you
now
go.
everything's getting like more legit there. They're throwing in a bunch of the C name people and stuff like that, you
C
know.
name?
Yeah, like people where job title begins with the word chief.
Oh, I see. I see. I see.
Yeah.
10-4 Chief.
Chief
Wait,
medical officer.
Yes, those things.
Oh man.
But yeah, so yeah, I would say it was more because like when I was first there was a lot of a lot of vacuums that needed to be filled, and I just kind of plugged myself in, and I kind of used this. I heard that.
Sorry.
Very good. No, but I guess I'm just gonna keep going bigger picture. I just this was like my technically second job out of the military, but I kind of use this place as like a proving grounds for myself as being able to do more besides suck on Uncle Sam's teat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Mm.
yeah.
As fun as that sounds.
I mean, I wouldn't say fun, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Definitely kinky.
Oh
can
god.
be. Can be.
So who wants to go next? Who wants to talk about their job / daily routine?
I suppose I can. Well, I'm only in my job for another week, so. But I work for a company that makes mirrors for vehicles. Well, they make more than that. They make like the self dimming or the auto dimming rear view mirrors or the side view mirrors on cars. I work for a company that what?
Sorry. I had those on my last car. They're really nice.
Yeah, I
Yes.
just
Yeah,
got
they're
the
super
auto
nice.
dimming rear view mirror on my new car. And I'm like, where's the stupid button that flicks it down so people's headlights don't like blind me? And then I'm like, I wonder what this button's for. And then the light turns green. I just see it go, woo. I'm like, oh, that's
Yep.
neat.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool. But they also make the same thing for like aircrafts and airplanes and stuff like that. So you know how you have the like in a plane, you know how you have the little control button that'll like brighten or make it go dim and then get rid of the dimness, the opacity or whatever it's
Yes.
called. Yeah, we
Yes,
make
I've
those.
definitely flown a plane and noticed that.
You don't have to fly a plane; you can just be a passenger. That's why I said if you've ever been in a plane.
I've been in a bush plane once.
I've never done that, but yeah. So the company I work for now does all of the ECMs, the circuit panels and stuff for all that, and it's
Okay. Nice.
it's loud and messy. But they service cars for like Tesla, Audis, VDubs,
Dang, no.
Ford, pretty much all the big name companies, which is pretty
Nice.
cool. Yeah. I think most of their companies are just here in Michigan, but I hear they're branching out to other places. The only downfall with that job so far is that a lot of the technology they use is still stuck in the 1980s. So
Ooh.
half their shit doesn't even work anymore. But we're still putting out parts, so we're doing fine somewhere.
Yeah, the company I'm at, we just moved recently when we got purchase and money from using like Windows 2007 to like current Windows applications.
That's a process though, because you have to
Yeah.
update everything to correspond with the new operating systems and all that fun
Ye-
stuff. Takes forever to hook it all up. But once it's running, it's a lot smoother.
Yeah.
Like I get how it works. I just wish they would do it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I've only been at my company for like 7 months, and then I decided to leave the country, so I don't have a whole lot of
Heck
experience
yeah.
there.
How'd the quitting go?
Oh, dude, my boss was stoked. Yeah, well, he was bummed. He was really bummed. So I went in and I told him, I'm like, hey, so I need to make sure I have this day off. He's like, yeah, we can make that work. He says, what else you got? Like, so the first week of December, can you pull up the calendar? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what's the date on that Friday? It's like, that would be December 2nd. Like, yep, I'm done there. He's like, excuse me? I'm like, yeah, it's my last day, boss. He's like, no way. You're like the best operator down there. I'm like, yeah, well, you stuck me with someone who doesn't want to work. So I'm just leaving out of hatred. Like, are you serious? Like, no, I'm just leaving the country. It's like, are you serious? Like, yeah.
Tell me when you stop messing with me.
Nah, he's a cool dude. I'm gonna miss working for him. He's a good boss, but he was very understanding. He gave me the day off to, go dig with the government, get some stuff taken care of. And
Nice.
he's like, yeah, I'll make sure you get all the overtime hours surplus or not surplus, but on the check before you leave. That way you get a little bit more on that recent paycheck. I appreciate that, bud. That's cool. He's like, if you ever want to come back, if stuff doesn't work out, it just hit me up, just shoot me a text. I'll get you back in here ASAP. Hell yeah, appreciate it.
Nice.
It's like, I'm
Oh,
never
yeah,
coming
that's
back
nice.
here. I'm never, I'm not doing it. Never touching my foot on American soil again.
I wouldn't say that. I've still got family here. I plan on coming back but I don't think I'll work here.
Yeah, fair
I'm
enough.
sorry
Yeah.
when when he asked how it was when you quit and your boss said, "Oh yeah, he was happy." I just imagine you be like, "Hey man, I'm gonna put in my 2 weeks." Oh man, thanks. I was getting up the courage to come tell you that you were gonna work here, but you kind of just did it for me. So that's awesome, bro.
Yeah, you made my job so much easier. In fact, if you want to expedite that, we can make it happen.
you want
No.
do you want to go now? You can go now.
You can keep your stuff. Just get out. No, I'm kind of glad he didn't stick that route. That would have been bad. But no, he was happy. He's excited to see me progressing into something better and doing stuff that's gonna make me happy. But he was also bummed out because he's losing a good operator. And I was apparently the only one in the last year and a half that's been wanting to learn more about the area. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
It's good to have people like that because like I've had a couple times where we've had people where it's like they move on and then people they'll expect like oh man, no, you can't do that. But it's like if someone's moving on to something better, something that they want to do, like what's the point of trying to hold someone back?
Yeah,
exactly.
my boss has
Exactly.
the same mentality. He's like, okay, bye. But there's also like, especially in my company, so there's like the different types of trucks. So we call them small, medium, and heavies. And there have been guys that have worked at the company. They're in small trucks. It's been 20, 25 years, and they don't want to move up. And here I am 4 years into the job in the heavy truck. And I'm like, yeah, I moved up because I wanted to be in the heavy. But at the same time, it's like I make almost $10 an hour more than the guys who have been here for years. And it's like, why
Yeah.
wouldn't you want to move up? Like, driving a big truck is the same as driving a small one. You just gotta, you go a little slower, cool, whatever. But I find some people
Yep.
just get comfortable where they are, and I don't know.
It's
In my mind, I
it-
want to move up and I want to be like the best at what I'm doing. And some guys are just like, no, I'm gonna stick to towing like little cars all day, and that's it.
And
Yeah.
what's crazy is like those same people will be the ones that are like, man, I'm just stuck doing this, blah blah blah, when they're talking to people outside, but then they go to work and then they just like don't do it. Like like uh, what
Yeah.
was it when I first started at this place and I was in the assembly area, like I was new-ish, but like there's like most Saturdays they get worked. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't work like the majority of them simply because like they'd be like, "Hey, we're gonna be coming in this Saturday," and I'd be like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Do you need everybody?" And they'd be like, "Well, no." And I'd be like, "So is it okay? Like, do I have to?" And they're like, "No, it's okay. You're good." And then like after a few months, people be like, "Man, why don't you work every Saturday?" I'm like, "Cause I just ask. Like, you guys don't ask. You just go, okay."
Yeah. See, at a place where I work, you don't have the option. You can't ask. Like, do I have to come in? Like, yep, you have to come in, and then you come in, and then the boss is gone, or the leads are gone, or the people you need there don't show up because the boss said it was okay. So then you're all screwed. But it's a different type of factory, I suppose.
Yeah, we're more organized. It's Monday to Friday, 7 to 5, unless they have some stupid early call. And then I think I'm on call one weekend every 8 weeks. So it's like, whatever, no big deal, just to cover
Yeah.
emergencies. But I feel us three have been talking a little while. Fluffy, Frontal, Silent. Anybody want to chime in now?
Well, I mean, I can't really get into specifics about my job.
I know you and Frontal can't, but you can like do a brief, maybe not overview,
okay.
but like talk about your day and whatnot.
Yeah, so like my job, I work as a compliance specialist in a pharmacy that
It
does
is
mail
Fluff.
order. Huh?
So I noticed a squeaky chair, and it was definitely coming from you. It's fine. Sorry.
No, it's not.
Oh, Sin?
No.
No, it's probably still me.
It's silent.
I was like,
Okay,
excuse me,
sorry.
yes, it is me. What do you mean?
You were talking, and I just heard it kick in. I was like,
No, it's
go
not
on.
me.
Sorry.
I barely.
I'm sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He heard it and he's like, that motherfucker.
No, I work as a compliance specialist in a pharmacy, and what that means is like I deal with licenses, both facility, pharmacist, and like I can't remember the name. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad with this. Not pharmacist, but pharmacy technicians. That's them. I deal with all of their licenses. Me personally, I'm more on the side of I run reports. I submit them daily for controlled substances to each state, and yeah, I'm learning how to do other stuff like medical records. And everyone here, well, not everyone here, but Frontal and Sin and I think Goose they've joked about me being part of the government, and I don't work for the government.
When someone says I'm a compliance specialist, that to me says torture.
Well,
You're gonna
you better-
comply, or I'm gonna take these
you
nails
better,
off.
you better fucking comply then, huh?
You're going to give me your reports. You
Yes,
have
Daddy,
13
I'm
questions
sorry.
to comply.
But yeah, so that's pretty much what I do without getting into more specifics because I can't because HIPAA and the company I work for, which I will not name, but they are huge.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah,
Is the company the government?
The biggest company
no,
of
but
them all.
but it's fucking close. It might well be in the next 25
as well
years
be,
or
yeah.
so.
The big G.
He works for Trump.
Walmart.
This is
No, it's
huge.
not. I'm not going to disclose who I work for.
You're good. You're good. I was trying to fish for an answer.
No,
It's
I
a
know.
yoke.
my job is it's 8:30 to 5 Monday through Friday. We do have to work weekends too, but my team we kind of rotate who does that. Like I get first pick because it's my job that needs to be done every day.
Oh, okay.
So I tend to take at least one day out of the weekend to do it. Because
Yeah.
it's extra money in my pocket, but yeah, I'm learning how to do that and medical records and stuff. So it's a fun time, I suppose. But little secret here, I might not be there in a couple months. Shh.
Shh.
I mean, okay, just curious. Is anybody else hearing like the Christmas bells when Fluffy talks, or am I just going crazy?
You're
I
crazy.
live next to a
last-
church.
Oh,
I don't even hear it. That's the weird part.
Yeah, I don't hear anything either.
I heard it the
Oh.
last like 5 to 7 seconds of him talking, but yeah, I did hear him too, Sin.
Yeah, no, I live next to a church, and it just turned 7 o'clock, so you heard the bell toll. Wait, I'm dying.
Oh,
The bell tolls for thee.
I hope not. I mean, I am currently sick, so I really hope it doesn't.
Oh no.
Oh god, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and also part-time streamer, so that's fun.
yeah. I think we're all part time.
We are.
I don't
Frontal's
consider
more
once a
full time
month
than any of us here.
part-time.
I think yeah, that is very true. Frontal streams a lot. I get a notification almost every single day about this man streaming.
Commitment, man.
Sometimes
He's
twice.
got it.
That is true. No, like
Hell yeah.
kudos to Frontal for putting in the effort and stuff.
Speaking of
Generally-
frontal,
And works a full time job.
Yeah, generally think like if I'm playing games, I might as well be streaming because like it's minimal effort to do more.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm the one who can't really talk about my job very much at all. In general terms, I coordinate forensic investigations for various government agencies. So like most of my work is covered by like actual Official Secrets Act and stuff.
The government.
The
The
government.
actual
so what you're
government.
saying is you actually work for the government, you piece of shit.
No, I'm a contractor who works for the yeah
Who works for the what?
who works.
I want
the-
don't
He's a
Yeah,
contractor
the
for
G
works.
word.
the G
I mean-
word. Hmm. The goose? You
But,
work for the goose, do you?
This is true.
But basically, if anything happens on like the roads, from anything through to fender benders all the way through to like bombs, car bombs, and all that sort of stuff, and like crashed airplanes, if it happens on the roads, I'm one of the people that coordinates the forensic investigations for it nationwide.
Oh.
Have you personally met James Bond?
I have met the guy he's based on.
I'd have to
Before
kill
he
you if I
died- before he
told
died.
you.
Whoa,
That's actually really cool.
Whoa! What the fuck? Okay, hold up. He was actually based on a real person.
Yeah,
Yes, he
what do you call
was.
him? The guy who played Gandalf.
No, not Gandalf.
What?
No,
No,
Saruman.
no.
The
Saruman.
one
That
who
was the
plays,
sorry.
yeah.
Yes.
Christopher Lee.
Saruman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Christopher Lee.
Saruman
James
was actually
Bond
the
was.
secret. He was
Yeah.
he was in the Secret Service, and like
Hold the
when
fuck
they were,
up.
at one point they were like,
Hold the fuck up. I'm still stuck on that. He was actually based on a real person.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was
He-
actually
he-
based on Christopher Lee.
Like
at
even
one
like
point-
the super old school James Bond, like the original James Bond.
Yes.
Do you not know who
was
Christopher Lee was?
yeah, you
No!
want to Google Christopher Lee.
Oh
He
my
was like-
goodness.
Like there's various things like in some movie. In one movie, he was like like I stabbed this person behind, and then they do this, and the director is like, no, they're meant to do this. Like, no,
Yeah.
I've actually stabbed someone behind, and this is what it sounds like when someone dies from being stabbed in the back. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
I remember watching that too.
That checks out. I'm gonna go with this.
That's kind of cool. I like it.
But wasn't he also Count Dooku?
Yes.
He was also like in various bands and all sorts of things as like backing thing.
Holy shit!
instruments and stuff.
This guy should be
dude's
the
a
fucking
legend.
Dos Equis dude.
Maybe he is.
This guy's
Maybe he
this
is.
guy's a real interesting
Yeah,
motherfucker.
But yeah, the other aspects of what I do is I'm a part-time streamer. I stream a lot, but I'm still a small streamer. I also have a disabled kid, so a lot of my time is spent between work, looking after my child, and streaming. More or less is my day
Jeez.
to day.
God,
He was
you're
in
a
the
bigger
Finnish
legend
army.
than Christopher Lee.
He's just enamored with Christopher Lee right now. Rest in
Yeah, he
peace.
really is.
Finnish Army, British Home Guard, Royal Air Force. He got
Yes.
out in. He got out in. He was only in for 7 years. That's crazy.
The man did a lot, though.
God dang!
He was up
I
there.
thought he was just a
Man crush.
movie actor.
Nope. No, the man's was up there.
Guy was an actual fucking badass.
So we got
Trans
yeah.
man crush.
we got one more left.
That's right.
Silent. You want to talk about what you do?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm probably the most uninteresting here on
Say that
Face of
again.
work.
Don't you fucking
sorry,
say
that was
Yeah,
rude.
okay, no. Based on work stuff. So similar to Trail, I'm recently, split from the military, so technically ex-government stuff. Technically.
Wow, rub it in.
Okay, no.
So we got
Oh,
three government workers with us, being Fluffy,
X.
All right,
Silent,
chill,
and
chill,
Trail.
chill. Because really, military is kind of a stretch for government. I wasn't like high up in chain doing like a bunch of fancy stuff. I just did ammo stuff, like distributing. But currently now, yeah, I work as a bartender. Don't quitting soon, honestly, because the income for that is not reflecting on the time that I put in. So we're gonna be getting away from that. But with that though, starting college in January.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah. So
what are you
I
studying?
mean, I'm gonna do finance.
There you go.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we're about to switch from doing ammo and doing a physical labor job to going to finance.
Bro, that's what I
RNG
did.
Network now has an accountant, so
If you want to earn the money, you gotta control the money.
You gotta control the money. But yeah, my whole thing is just a waiting game, really. Like before I really get into much of my.
Ayo, same.
Mainly because I am the youngest one here as well. But
Wait, we never talked about that.
yeah,
And we
we
never
didn't.
will,
No.
Goose.
we never will.
Oh.
We'll-
Okay.
there you go. We'll just go with that. I am the youngest one here. But
we
other
have
than
talked
that-
about it. I've joked around that
Oh, sorry.
Frontal has a foot in the
Go-
grave, but you know.
Going back to episode 0, by the way, what height are you?
height am I?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how
Yeah,
tall
how
are you?
Okay, I am 5'10".
Oh god!
Oh,
Gang frontal,
I'm
we're
still the
holding it down.
shoddy.
I don't think anyone's
Holding.
dethroning Frontal there.
No.
No, but we're holding it down for the 6'+ club. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
would
gotta
do
get
that.
some like 8-inch platform heels to beat up.
I was just gonna
Frontal.
say I'm gonna go invest in some high heels or something.
8-inch, huh? Damn.
You know it. No, I'm just kidding.
You're not that short, bro.
Have
6
fun
feet
I'm the
breaking
tall,
shortest
dude.
one. I'm the shortest one here at 5, whatever it was, 5'7", 5'8".
Doesn't even know his own fucking height.
Yeah, so look like he pretend he doesn't
Actually,
know he's 5'6".
He's probably
Hold
like
on, I got
5'5", and he's like, I'm 6, 7.
Like
I got
7
medical
or
records
8?
here. Hang on, I got medical records right here. I'll
Medical
look.
records. Jeez.
You can
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
hear him flipping paper. Holy crap!
You can.
Yeah, I got all.
He's rubbing like 2
somebody else can
post-it
talk.
notes
It's gonna take me a
together.
minute. No, dude, listen to this. Listen. I got a full stack of paper here.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
whole
that's
stack of
not-
Yeah,
post-it
it's
notes.
just
Okay,
a,
guys. Paper or fapping? That was
Ooh.
No. It's
Dogger
just
goose.
a pack of 150 loose leaf paper. That's all it is.
Does this sound like loose leaf?
To give
Yeah.
you a general image size, like if I stand up straight, the top of my head is about roughly the same height as a door frame.
Jesus fuck.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no. I still have to jump for that.
Hey, Frontal, you know that there's a lot of door
Daddy?
frames that are different heights, right?
No.
Daddy.
Normal door frames.
What the
Ones that are approximately 6'8". Put it that way.
So that being said, let's do a round table. Let's do some questions. So worst job you've ever had?
Wait, how
Oh,
tall is 68 inches?
68
5'8".
inches.
1.727 meters. That's 5'8".
Do you want it in real
Yes.
measurements or man measurements?
Bro.
What?
Am I the only one
I'm
that
done
heard?
talking about me now. Man.
So the question was, what worst job you've had?
Yes.
I was a janitor for a grocery store.
Oh, that would be bad.
Mm-hmm. The reason I am not a janitor at a grocery store anymore: A, found a new job, really good job. B, went to go clean the ladies' room, and it was like someone did a ballet recital with their pants on the ground.
Oh, no.
Shit
Yikes.
fucking everywhere on the ceiling, and I went, I'm not cleaning this. Walked out. I was like, hey, I'm done. Like, what? I'm like, you go look in that bathroom. I'm not touching that.
Yep.
So I'm out ski, and they're like, but wait, and I was like, mm-mm.
Yeah, I
Just
can.
no
Probably my worst job is like similar in that my worst job was I was a carpet cleaner in a nursing home,
Ooh.
which you know,
Ew.
Sounds
bodily
awful.
fluids. Yeah, it was grim.
Yeah, I'm
Obviously,
thankful.
you
I
haven't
haven't
been
had
everything,
to-
but it's like, no.
I'm thankful. The only job that I've had to work with bodily fluids is my current one, and if there were any involved, it was like, no, I'm not going inside that vehicle. I'm just gonna tow it on the deck in park because fuck it.
Yep.
And yeah,
I'm
I
a
haven't
truck
had to deal
driver.
with
That
it.
is
Yeah, I'm a tow truck driver, and I can make cars go wherever the fuck I want. My worst has honestly been retail, and that like the reason I hate Christmas so much is because of retail. Because it's supposed to be the nice cheery time of the year, and try getting told by like mothers who don't know how to organize their fucking shit, like you've ruined Christmas like 8 times in a day. It destroys you mentally. It's not fun. So
Yeah, no, that's hard.
yeah, now it's like if I get any verbal abuse from a customer, it's like, okay, your stuff's not getting towed, goodbye, and walk away.
Right.
So it's the like towing is a lot more demanding physically, but it is a lot less demanding mentally, especially now since
Socially.
I'm doing mostly just mining equipment. I'm not actually doing like recoveries, like crashes and people that have gone in ditches. Even though, like, to be honest with you, that part of the job was a lot of fun. Now my job is very it's like
Monotonous?
rinse and repeat kind of.
Yeah.
It's easier stuff, but I'm always someone who wants a challenge, and recoveries just give you that challenge.
Yeah, that makes sense. I kind of have a toss up between my 2 worst jobs. So at one point, I was a line cook for a restaurant. I won't say which
Nice.
one. That lasted 4 weeks, and then I went back to the job that I left prior.
Literally a month?
What?
You said 4 weeks?
Yeah, literally a month. It was that bad.
Sheesh.
So yeah, it wasn't great. I lasted 4 weeks. The only benefit that was there was one. I had a friend who worked there, and she was super cool. That was it. That's the only benefit. I guess it was right down the road from where I live too, but I have a lot of respect for people who work as line cooks because that shit is, one, very stressful, and 2, it's not fun. You're expected to do a lot very quickly, especially for like it was a chain restaurant and they cooked everything fine. I'm not gonna bash the food that they served there, but there was some really sketchy people. Like the food was good, but a lot of people had like little dab pens, or they would go out and snort this or pop these, or no, that's not the kind of crowd I want to be with.
I know that like general knowledge is, unfortunately, cooks are very much into drugs and alcohol and this and that, so it's a little I know some friends that have done line cook work, and it's a little wild. And even me, one of my first jobs was like working at a local pizza chain, and like our drivers and like the person closing with me would go in the bathroom and do speed on a regular basis. So it was
Wow.
Hell
it
yeah.
was
Honestly, when you started that with
well.
even me, I thought, oh god, he's going to admit to do like crystal meth
No,
or some
I
shit.
haven't I didn't do any drugs. I was fucking innocent little 17-year-old fuck. I think I was 16 when I started there, but
What, like 2 years ago?
fuck right off. But yeah, no, the line cook and whatnot is just it's infested with drugs and shit, and it's not good. But a paycheck's a paycheck.
It's one of those careers where you have to keep on the go constantly for like 12 hours. It's
Yeah, like Halloween was our busiest night for pizza, and I got in at 4 p.m. to a shit show, and by like I finally got to sit down for half a second by like 10 p.m. And even at that, then there's all the bar people coming out and they're hungry and shit, and it was nonstop insanity.
Sounds about right.
Trail,
dude.
Silent, you guys, worst jobs?
They were in the military.
Trail, you know? No, actually, for me, I actually enjoyed what I was doing in the military. The only reason I got out was because I got injured, so I slipped a disc.
Medical
Yeah,
discharge.
I mean it's rough when you're lifting multiple boxes that are 70 pounds plus,
Oh yeah.
like upwards up to like hundreds of boxes, like throwing them around. So yeah, it just destroyed my body. But the actual job though, I love doing when I did it. Honestly, I'd say right now, worst job is the one that I'm currently doing, just because
Oof.
I'm not a people
Oof.
person. So like when you got a bunch of people coming into a bar and you like kind of need to make conversation and stuff, I'm terrible at making conversation.
I've noticed.
Fair
No
enough.
Yeah,
offense.
no, it's no, honestly, it's super noticeable. Even like just talking with you guys and stuff and doing this, um, it's super noticeable. It's still something I'm trying to like work on,
Oh
really.
yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like I've always been, I guess more
Kind of an
secluded.
introvert.
I guess. Yeah, I've definitely been an introvert like
Yeah.
majority of my life. So
See, that's weird because for me, I feel like a bartending job would be because I'm extroverted in a sense to where I get a lot of energy around people, especially if they're in a more positive mood. But
mhm.
I also know myself enough to know if I'm surrounded by people who are in a bad mood, it tends to reflect on me pretty quickly. So I don't. I'm extroverted, but I'm very picky with the crowd that I roll with. If that makes sense.
High
Yeah, that makes
empath.
sense.
Yeah, and then
You feed off the energy of others.
yes, and then
Oh,
Trail
exactly.
just shits on everybody. It doesn't matter.
I shit on
Mostly me.
myself equally, so that's why I don't feel bad about it.
Same though. I just still
It's
feel
true,
bad.
mostly silent.
It is mostly
That's
me.
just that's a brotherly love thing. You got to do it.
It's honestly,
Yes,
yeah,
it
true,
is.
and it's true in its own aspect.
You guys ever dealt with fiberglass?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I
Have you
have.
ever
Okay.
had it? Have you ever had it porcupine your arm?
Oh yeah,
No.
constantly. So that was
Yeah.
actually going to be my second job that I hated the most.
Jeez.
I'm no, because I said earlier that I couldn't really bounce between or pick
Mhm.
one.
Yeah.
My second one, I used to work for a company called Sierra Yachts. The great big yachts, the big boats.
Oh dang.
Yeah, I used to build a lot of those. I did that for about a year and a half. Um, so when I first started there, I used to do all the components, installing everything from pumps to gyros to all these other awesome things. And then I used to do the mudding where they would put the sealant where it kind of glues everything together. And then you set the top half on top of the bottom half and you let it cure. And then you scrape off all the mess, you clean it up. And then you put the trim on the outside, you plug in all the components and test everything. That was a lot of fun. You had to play contortionist a lot to get into the small spots, but it was a lot of fun. I love doing that. My boss told me, he's like, "Hey, I got a spot open up in Pond. Do you want to learn for that?" And Pond is basically like quality testing. So you take the boat when it's all finished, you throw it in the big giant pool, and it floats. And you got to
Yeah.
test the pumps, make sure everything works. You turn the motor on, you play with the radio, you test everything on that boat. And I learned that for about 3.5 weeks. He's like, "You feel comfortable?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "Cool. I'll go talk to my boss and let you know what's going on tomorrow." Sick. I'm excited. I was so pumped. And next day, a different boss comes up and he's like, "Hey, you're being moved to fiberglass grinding." I'm like, what?" And
Anything like what you just said.
yeah, this isn't what I was training for at all. He's like, "Well, um, I guess." So I went and I lasted about a month and a half and I wanted to shoot myself. I didn't, obviously. I'm still here.
Hi.
But yeah, it was bad. So
Sheesh.
fiberglass cutting, grinding, had to do all the grids, which is basically like the support structures that everything gets laid on when you put the floor in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was bad. And I was with my ex at the time, so I would be covered in fiberglass nonstop. It would go through our little protective balloons that we were in. You ever seen uh I almost said Monsters Inc. It's not that one. But have you ever seen the people with like the big inflatable suits and they just like bobble around?
Yes.
Yes, I was in those. And doing fiberglass grinding, the fiberglass would just shoot inside your suit and get all over your clothes. So I would go
Yeah.
home, clean all my clothes, and then it would get stuck in the washer and dryer. And then the kids started coming home from school early because they had rashes from the fiberglass. And it was just
God.
bad news. So, and my friend's father was actually my boss at the time. And I'm like, "Hey, I'm leaving today and I'm taking all my stuff with me. He's like, you don't want to go back? I'm like, they won't take me back. I've tried. I've went above you and they won't move me back. So I'm just leaving. He's like, hang on. I'm like, no, there's no hanging on. So I just left. And then went back to the job before that again. It's the
Nice.
same place I've been to 3 times.
Sheesh.
Yes.
3 times?
Yeah. So I was there the first time. I was there for a 10-year spree, and then I left, went somewhere else, learned something else for about a year and a half, which is Tierra. And then got forcibly moved, hated it, went back to my old job, and they took me in immediately as a team lead again. I was like, hell yeah, I'll take this. Lasted about a year. They changed everything. They tried to push me into a place I didn't want to go, and I was like, nope, not doing this. And then left, went to that line cook job, lasted 4 weeks, and went straight back to where I was. I was comfortable there. For anybody listening, don't do that. That's not good. Just find somewhere you want to be happy and stick with it. That would be my advice.
You
But
said,
yeah.
nope.
Yeah,
went somewhere else.
at my work, we
No,
have
nope.
a ton of turnover because everybody's like, "Oh, it's a bullshit job," blah 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 blah, and then they leave, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, the grass wasn't greener on the other side, so
Nope.
we're back." And I
Yep.
lost the brand new truck I was in, and this and that, and it's. But we
Yep.
also do have
Every
a lot
time
of.
you do that.
Oh yeah, it's we have guys that have been back 3 or 4 times now, and I'm like, dude, like, you try everything else. Why don't you just stick around? Like, I'm sure your wife is gonna kill you because at the same time, like, we have pension plans and whatnot, and you have to be working at the company an entire year for it to start kicking in. So there are guys who've been there as long as I have, but don't have a pension, and it's like, if you just would have stuck around, your pension would be building up and you could save money towards retirement. Like, yeah, I'm a little younger, but still, it's still nice to have that money set aside, especially early on, because it'll grow. So
Yep. Absolutely.
that's like some
Right,
days, like
Trail.
my supervisor is pissing me off and I'm like, I'm gonna leave. And I'm like, God damn it, I don't want to leave my pension.
Yeah.
Trail, we have yet to hear about your worst job experience.
All right. So I have been in the working world since I was 16. And you guys know of 50% of the jobs I have had since then. So when I was 16, I started working at a movie theater. And I was there for about a year. And towards the end of working there, I worked at the banquet section of a golf course.
Mm.
And then military, then I guess 5. Yeah. Then military. Then I worked at a place where I made rotary shaft lip seals, and then now my current place. But the worst
Oh, go back. You made what? Sorry,
rotary shaft lip seals.
lip seal.
Lip seals. Yep.
You want to
My
get
lips
one
are
of those for
sealed.
Goose? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Wow.
You can get those at your local hardware store as well.
Nice.
Go on.
But for worst one, I mean, I guess like none of them were like absolutely terrible, but I guess the worst one would have to be the movie theater. Mainly from some of the work I had to do, and a little bit on the management that I had while I was there. She'll probably never hear this. So at the movie theater when I worked, I had this manager who was just an absolute ass to me. And so after I was there for a while, we had a little gathering where everyone brought some food, and I said I would bring in crackers and dip. And I had this dip that it has like a seasoning and like I don't actually like make it. It's just like literally like 3 ingredients, but it's really fucking good. Um, and I brought it, and it's basically 50% sour cream and 50% mayonnaise, and then this like stuff that
Mm.
you like dash. It's really fucking good. Um, and I brought it there, and obviously now it was for work, so I was there all day. So I brought it there. We had it, and the manager that was an ass absolutely could not get enough of that dip to the point to where she asked me if she could bring it home with her, like the leftover. Never told her to put it in the fridge. So she
Oh my god.
She came to work the next day saying she had an absolutely terrible night because she went home and ate the rest of it and then shat her brains out all night long. And I was like, oh no, that's terrible. And in my head, I was like, yes, yes.
Let the hate flow through you.
But yeah, I also had a semi-similar bathroom experience when I had to go clean the bathrooms, like Fluffy said earlier. Except I didn't leave, and I was the only person that was there that would do it. So it literally looked like someone sat on the toilet, grabbed the poop in their hand, and then just run a good curve right down the wall. As
Really glad you went into detail with that. Thank you.
welcome, anytime.
Goose is like trying to eat supper, and he's like,
No, I wouldn't eat during this podcast. Don't worry.
You know better.
Unlike somebody in episode 0,
I
freaking
was
choking on Big Macs.
Oh,
Oh, the return of Big Mac.
Yes. Weren't we gonna make that your nickname or something? I can't remember.
I hate you guys so much.
Don't worry, the feeling's mutual. We hate ourselves as well.
This is true.
Oh.
So
These are
Ka-chow.
factual statements.
So to end off the episode, let's do favorite jobs.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Or maybe favorite
Capitalism is hell. I hate all jobs. Okay, bye.
favorite moment at a job, like if you've ever like helped someone and it paid off, or like
Ooh.
something like that. Just let's end it on a good note.
I got one.
ahead.
This was when I was working at the grocery store at a different position, same grocery store. I was a service leader on the front end, so like where all the cash registers were. I was like a team lead pretty much. Working the night shift, closing. It was snowing out, and a lady had locked her keys in her car, but there was like a crack in the window. Was able to run inside. I bought a couple of coat hangers and was able to unlock the door for her. She returned the next day. She was a regular. She returned the next day, so it wasn't odd to see her there the next day. And she was like, "Hey, so like, my son is his birthday's coming up, and he's an avid gamer. I was wondering what what I could get for him." And I was like, "Oh, well, if he's a gamer, there's GameStop right there. You can go get him a gift card and then let him choose what he wants. I think that'd be the best option." She's like, "Okay, thanks." So she leaves. She comes back, and she lied. The gift card was for me, and I felt so bad. I felt so happy. It was the nicest thing ever. I was
That's
just trying to
adorable.
help. It made me. I had to leave the front end because I was just like, "You're welcome." She's like, "You saved me from having to wait out there for upwards of an hour or two. So like, just go get what you want. I appreciate you, and I'm so happy that you were here last night as well as today." So I was like, "You're
That's
welcome."
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. What a
If
heartfelt moment.
that just don't make your heart happy, I don't know what will.
Well said.
Some of that Southern hospitality.
I accept them in the Northeast.
Hell yeah, brother.
I don't think so it was a job, but it wasn't a legit job. But I think my favorite thing that I've done and have gotten paid for it was I'm pretty sure some of you guys know about this. I used to do event setups. So there's a little company, I'm not gonna go too crazy about it, but there's a little company here that family friend has going on, and it's been kind of building up to an insane degree for the last probably 12 years. And I've been part of the setup crew for pretty much majority of that time, even going through high school. And it was a lot of fun. So basically we would set up all these events. I'd put up like a bunch of tents, and I'd help with backstage with all these big bands. And it was because of doing all this and helping our family friend with everything that he's been trying to do and growing, that I've been able to meet a lot of bands like Saliva, Mudvayne, all them guys. Like I've shook all their hands. I've got pictures with all of them.
Met like Chad
Bone
from
Thugs.
Mudvayne.
Yes.
Oh.
Yep. Him. I've met the entire band of Saliva, and there's a couple of others. I think Puddle of Mud was one of them.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Did you
and
guys ever
it was
see
funny.
like the Nirvana cover of Puddle of Mud that they'd taken off YouTube because it was so bad?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna have to show you guys that later. It got taken down. I guess Sirius did like an acoustic set, and it was so bad and like so many bad comments that it got taken down. But you could still find it online if you look for it. If you like
Gotcha.
Puddle of Mud, I would highly recommend not looking it up. If you want a good laugh, though, look it up.
Well, then you keep that to yourself, sir.
I don't mind a good laugh.
No, is this?
But yeah, there's a lot of good heartfelt moments going through all of that too, like helping people find their kids or unlock their cars, like Fluffakun was saying. A lot of random little things where a lot of people were super grateful during a busy time when you're flooded with like 8,000 plus people. It was great. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, that's probably my favorite.
Frontal.
It was when I was a pimp note. Yeah.
God.
Jeez.
You know, I
In
wouldn't
your
doubt it at this
dreams.
point.
Actually,
Did he get-
there is a story there, but
Oh God.
I mean,
ETA doesn't
Next
count.
time, Frontal. Next time, Frontal.
to be fair, that story is like one of my friends at university was very desperate for money, and he wanted me to go and make sure he wasn't murdered while he had a liaison with a gentleman. And so
we'll leave that up to any of the listeners. If they want to hear that story, they can leave a comment.
No, I mean, I'll be honest. I wouldn't say, given the nature of my work, I don't have good stories really. I tend to deal with the worst situation, the worst days of anyone's life, so I don't really have like happy stories.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But what about
That's very
like
fair.
previous jobs, or has this been your life
mean,
for so
majority of it.
long?
Yeah, I only had like 3 jobs, which is a carpet cleaner, running my own business, and then this one. So that's all I've got to go off. Really.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You ran your own business? Or is that the pimp business?
No, I ran a web design company for a few years.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Hey, does that mean we might have a website coming up soon?
I mean, no, that was like over a decade ago.
Damn it.
Yeah, that technology is long gone.
Yeah, it's obsolete at this point. Did you use like
Good try, Goose.
Dreamweaver?
Back when
Actually,
it was
I
like
think
the thing that
Dreamweaver's
was,
still a thing.
yeah,
Sorry,
but
go on.
it was like a newer thing back then. It's one of those.
Yeah. Yep. That's fair.
But yeah, so
Silent. Silent. How about you?
So I'd say mine wasn't exactly working. I was so I did auto body for my junior and senior year for high school.
Yes.
Fucking love auto body.
It's so much
When
fun.
doing it and everything. So I'd say it was kind of 2 different things. One, painting a fender for a customer. At first, somebody else was doing it. They completely fucked it up. So my teacher actually asked me personally to do it, and pretty much spot on first try. I was like, let's fucking go. And
Let's
then
go.
also repainting an entire 1970 and a half Ford Falcon for a customer as well. So like doing the entire primer and paint, putting it back together, all that stuff.
Nice.
So I think that was probably the best.
Trail, what about yourself?
I would say I think I'm last. I would say I kind of have like a 2. I guess I'm usually a little long-winded, but I'll try to keep it short. I guess it's like a little 2-pronged. Like as far as like the actual work, when I was in the military, I worked on jets, and I guess like as far as like the actual work itself, that was there. It's just a oddly good feeling every now and then, even though some of it was like some of the lowest times around. But like the work itself, there's nothing compared to seeing a piece of 20 to 30,000 pound metal that couldn't do anything, and then the work you do to it, and then you watch that thing you worked on fly. Feels good.
I can
so
only
as far
imagine.
as- yeah.
Sounds
so
pretty cool.
so as far as like actual work, but then in general, I'm a. I've been doing actually. It's actually kind of odd that we talk about this recently. I've been doing a lot of guessing about, or not guessing, but soul searching. Trying to think of,
Yeah.
like, like what I like to do and like what I want to do. And
Hmm.
really, when I've boiled it down a lot, I really enjoy being able to help other people be able to do their job, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So like for people on my team, like I enjoy like if they tell me like something stopping them from being able to do what they need to do, and then going and help being the solution and fixing it so that other people can do their job, or helping make other people's jobs easier. I just enjoy helping people in general. And
Yeah.
that's
Yep. So I feel like you and I are on the same boat there because I'm going to have a lot of time coming up in the very near future of figuring out what it is I want to do for a career. And
yeah.
that's kind of in the same boat. I just love helping people. That's why I've helped a lot of streamers take off, or a lot of people, websites and stuff built up for them to watch them take off on their own stuff. It's like,
Right.
and it sucks because it's like, all right, cool, well, have fun doing what you're doing, and then I get nothing for it, which I'm not complaining about, but it's like, why
Right.
can't I just find something to do for myself to where I can
You
be
you
happy with it?
want, like, you have a sense of accomplishment from helping people, but you will also want that sense of like helping, like you want to help yourself and take off your own stream and whatnot,
Well, not necessarily streaming, but yeah.
or
Yeah,
just
like in 2 months, guys, you're gonna be able to get tickets for Goose in the Magic Mike touring performance.
Oh, wait, how
I
much?
mean,
Oh, really now?
let me start hitting the gym a little bit. I'll get built up pretty quick. I'll be one of the guest actors.
Yeah, I gotta say, for me personally, like the craziest helping someone story. One night shift, I'm on call. I'm chilling at the shop with dispatch, and we get a call in, and it is an Asian gentleman, and you can tell like over the phone his accent and whatnot. English terrible, and he's broken down, and like we can't understand him. He's new to the city. He's not from here. He doesn't know where he is. He's panicking because you could tell like he's called every other tow company and been turned away. So we're like, hey, here's our number. Text us a picture of like Google Maps or something, and we could figure it out. Well, we get the Google Maps picture, and it is in some other foreign language, and all the roads are like, there's nothing that makes sense on this picture. So it's here I am playing like, okay, that looks like that. That looks like that. And I'm like, oh, he's over here on this highway. So my dispatcher's like, you know where he is? Go get him. Cool. Drive out to him, pull up in front of his car, walk out. We're on the side of the highway. This little, probably like 100-pound Asian man that's like 20 years old comes up to me, doesn't even say hi, just hugs me as tight as he can because he's relieved that I showed up. And I'm like sitting on the highway, like
Aw.
tapping on the back, like there. We'll get you off the road. It's okay. So like initially it was super awkward, but now like I look back on it, it's like that was like my favorite part, getting like just helping people out of those crazy situations. Like I've gotten hugged, I've gotten my hand shook. And a lot of people are saying like people will lock their keys in their car and they feel like idiots. And I'm like, I'm a tow truck driver and I've done that. Like everybody does it. Who cares? So I would never make the customer feel dumb. It's like, hey, let's get you out of this predicament and let's, move on with our lives. So that was the first 2 years of driving truck, was just a lot of helping people with accidents, this and that. There's a lot of bad, but the good moments definitely made up for it.
Definitely, that sounds like an awesome story.
Do you think
Cool
there's
interaction too.
Do you think there's any drivers out there that are that dick, like walk up like, "Sup, dipshit? Heard you locked the keys in your car. Fucking idiot."
I mean, maybe like I think it depends on how you treat
back
the
in touch.
driver. It's like we talk, like all the drivers talk about like their bad experiences. Like I start getting called names, like, yeah, you're getting made fun of for a long time at the shop. But if you're a good person and just like, oh yeah, this guy locked his keys in his car, we don't necessarily talk about that. We talk about like, oh yeah, I unlocked a Ram 1500 in literally 3 seconds and terrified someone because it's so easy to break into it. And those are like the stories that go around the shop, not necessarily that we're dicks or whatnot.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah, don't buy a Dodge Ram. I can break into them pretty quick.
Don't buy a Dodge Ram with you around.
Got it.
Yes. Stay out of Canada.
Yeah.
Simplify it. Don't buy a Dodge Ram.
Oh yeah, I had
No,
a
you
bu-
guys,
I
you
can't
guys,
afford
you guys
a
are thinking
Dodge
small time. Sin, go get me a Dodge Ram.
Oh. Well,
Yes.
no.
Oh, that's a good
Oh.
twist. I like that.
Go get me a Dodge Ram so I can resell it.
I like where this is going.
they're garbage. You don't want a Dodge.
Pay for your cars, people. Don't be like
Yes.
Sin.
Pay for your cars.
Hey, I got that nice shiny orange thing. I pay for it. I didn't steal it.
Yeah, but who has
What
a car in
shiny
orange
orange
then,
thing?
you know?
My
He said,
Subaru.
how long
does.
have we been going?
If I had to take a guess for usable recording, about an hour now.
That has been episode 1 of RNG Network, everybody. Leave a comment if you want to know what Frontal's story is. What was it about there, Frontal, again?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I can't
It's pimp
remember.
days.
Nothing, huh? His pimp days. Yeah, leave a comment if you
Yeah.
want to hear about Frontal's pimp days, and we will catch you next time.
Bye.
Later. Deuces.
More